Hey everyone, I'm Grant.
And I'm Matt.
Welcome to All Around Weird. All right, welcome back. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
All Around Weird.
Yeah.
If you didn't catch episode 1, this is our little B-side of All Around Music where we talk about all the interesting, weird stuff that we like to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to separate it from the main show, make its own thing. A little more fun that way. A little less confusing for some people. So they don't...
Also, I got to make a correction from the last episode. I messed up a book title.
Okay.
The Stephen Hawking book I'm reading.
Oh, yeah?
It's actually A Brief History of Time, and I said A Brief History in Time.
Oh.
So it's A Brief History of Time.
Editor's note.
Yeah. So I apologize if that, made
Hopefully
that
you listen to this episode to catch the fix and you don't hate us.
Right. Go back and be like, oh, he did say it.
Oh, I hate that guy.
But he did correct it.
Yeah.
So
Stephen
my
Hawking's
apologies.
Probably like, I hate him. I hate him all.
Probably. So, just wanted to clear that up. I apologize.
I don't even remember what I said on the last episode. I was a little drunk.
I was too. Those craft beers, man. They'll get you.
Yeah. This episode, I've only had one beer. That's all I'm going to have for this episode. So I think I can get through it with coherent sentences, hopefully.
I'm only on my third, and it's not craft beer, so we're good. This is like water.
It is the banquet beer, though.
It is. It's the banquet beer. Oh, it doesn't have the special can. It's just the regular can.
Oh, it is. It's back to the regular cans.
Yeah, no more commemorative cans.
Bastards.
Like we saved them anyways.
Right? Who saves beer cans?
Right.
Sorry if you save beer cans.
You know how hard it is for an alcoholic not to open this can and drink it?
So, actually, the first thing I wanted to start before I get into my things that I wanted to talk about was Tom DeLonge does have a new book coming out in March, and it's supposed to be a
nonfiction
book. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which way that goes.
Right.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a nonfiction book, Secret Machines, and comes out in March.
March 7th.
You can pre-order it. I'm going to be pre-ordering probably here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So check that out. I figured that would be something good to let everybody know about. But NASA thinks there might be alien life on Jupiter's moon, Europa.
Possible. That's been a theory for a while.
Yeah, I saw it and I thought it'd be interesting. They're talking about how Saturn's moon Titan has subsurface oceans, they think, that are warm enough to sustain life.
Mm-hmm.
And they think the same thing could be going on Europa. And I think they're actually planning they're thinking about how to develop a rover or something to send out there.
Right.
And actually explore.
It's exciting.
Yeah. That Mars is obviously, there's nothing on Mars for us. Maybe we could terraform it at some point. I don't really know how we would go about that.
It's a dead planet, honestly, in my opinion.
I don't know how you would develop, unless we got some kind of technology breakthrough to develop an atmosphere on a planet that has no atmosphere. Right. Which I'm not a scientist, so maybe there is a way to do it that I just don't know about. I'm sure there is. There's lots of things I don't know about. Yeah. I'm a very terrible science student. Also, there was a Senate bill to stop Bigfoot hunting proposed in New Mexico.
This is why the fuck would Bigfoot be in New Mexico? It's hot as shit and he's woolly as fuck.
I don't know.
It's just common sense.
But so a senator from New Mexico drafted and sponsored a bill to make it illegal for public funds to be used in the hunting of Bigfoot. The bill is in response to a trip taken by attendees of a University of New Mexico conference who explored the local wilderness seeking Bigfoot. The professor charged nearly $7,000 to the university for this field trip.
Oh my God.
And they did not find Bigfoot.
Well, of course not. Because New Mexico,
Yeah.
it's hot as shit.
Apparently, there's a wilderness in New Mexico. I don't know.
Yeah, northern New Mexico.
That must be where they were at.
Ah,
But yeah, they $7,000 to the university, and it's a public funded university, so it's taxpayer money.
oh, they're pissed.
Yeah, taxpayer money went to go hunting for Bigfoot.
See, I wouldn't be that pissed.
I don't know.
But-
I'd be kind of pissed. I mean, he's not going to find Bigfoot.
I'd be like, really? We could have fixed this road, and you're out there hunting for Bigfoot,
Yeah,
and you didn't even take me with you?
It's a little ridiculous. What
Yeah.
What did you need to spend $7,000 on to hunt Bigfoot? A pair of binoculars and a tent?
Right? How many tents did you buy?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little ridiculous.
Well, I had to buy the expensive sleeping bag so I didn't get cold. It's New Mexico. You're not going to get cold.
Speaking of Bigfoot, I heard that there was a possible Bigfoot sighting over in Illinois not too long ago.
See, that would make more sense. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm kind of up in the air on
Bar's not out.
I'm kind of up in the air on the whole Bigfoot thing. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, it's possible, but like it could not. I mean, there's
It's hard to say. The places that they say they see him in, I don't really believe because they're not that.
more than likely it's just someone in a gorilla suit, honestly.
It makes sense in some parts of the country that are
Right.
very dense forests,
Like
but
the northern parts of the
not
country.
Illinois.
Right.
Like, Illinois is a lot like Indiana, and it's either towns and small forests with cornfields around them. Somebody would have seen
Oh, yeah.
whatever it is. And whatever area is a large wilderness is probably a camping and hiking area and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
there really isn't any like just land that's vast forests. Like not like Washington State and things like that where it's like you can get lost in the wilderness for
Right. And that's where the original sighting was, is Washington
Yeah,
State.
that makes more sense.
Yeah. And Canada in that
Yeah,
area.
all those areas make more sense.
Yeah. Then
Central Illinois,
you're
downtown Chicago.
You're going to shit yourself. I swear to God, I saw Bigfoot in Texas
That-
crossing the border.
That's I'm pretty sure there's people in Texas
Yeah.
that hunt Bigfoot. They hunt them all over.
Yeah, you're hunting the wrong thing.
I was
You should
actually
be hunting the
listening.
chupacabra.
There's a theory that there's different variations, species of Bigfoot,
Yeah, I've heard that too, but
because they
like,
found different footprint things, like 3-toed ones and different things like that,
yeah,
4-toed ones or something, and it makes sense if you know there's different species of bear and there's different
True.
species of other things that in different areas. So what I really wanted to talk about today was this phenomenon called the hum.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And actually, when I first started looking into it, I didn't realize it hit as close to home as it did. I didn't even know that. I saw a recent article about it somewhere, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember that. We could talk about that on the show.
Yeah,
So I looked it up, and I was looking into it, and what it is a widespread report of a persistent and invasive low-frequency humming, rumbling, or droning noise, not audible to all people. Like a small percentage of
right.
the population can hear it. So it's been reported all over the world, in the UK and the United States. The classic description is the hum sounds like a car or truck engine idling outside of your home or down the block. Some people describe it as low rumbling or droning. It's louder at night than during the day, and it's louder indoors than outdoors. The sound can usually be masked by background noise such as a fan. So, the local one it was reported in Kokomo, Indiana, people were hearing this.
Mm-hmm.
In 2000, the hum affected Kokomo resident. A lot of Kokomo residents, they're talking about it on the news. It was a big deal. One person actually hired an acoustic engineer to test for low frequency noise. The engineer Angelo Campanella, who runs his own acoustic consultant firm and holds a doctorate in physics and electrical engineering, found a low frequency noise in the woman's home, but at relatively low level. The level that is there is right at the threshold of perception, he said, around 60 decibels. The vibration Campanella detected would be considered a borderline problem according to some scales, and on other scales it would be below problematic. But they said there was something there, but there would have to be more testing to really confirm what it was.
Right.
So they did confirm a noise
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't really know where it was coming from. some theories were that it was actually coming from a 60 hertz tone coming from a cooling tower at the DaimlerChrysler casting plant, and a second 10 hertz tone from an air compressor intake at the Haynes International plant. After those devices were corrected, however, reports of the hum persisted. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know what it could be. And that's just local here. It's a worldwide thing that people hear it and nobody knows what it is. So some theories are that it's like the actual vibration of the earth.
Right.
That some people can hear.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Some people think it's the government.
What? Yeah, that's usually number one. It's that damn government. But yeah, I've actually heard the hum, seriously.
That's weird.
Because I used to be a utility locator. I mean, you knew that, but
yeah,
a lot of other people obviously don't. And I was just in this neighborhood. It was outside of town, on the outskirts of town, in Rainy Brook. And I'm just doing my thing, spraying the yards, throwing flags in there.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I'm hearing this noise. And I'm like, at first I thought it was a helicopter, like coming in from the distance.
Right.
But it wasn't. Like, it just stayed the same pitch.
For how long?
It was probably like 10 or 15 minutes.
And then it went away, or?
Yeah, it went away.
Huh. That's weird.
Like, it didn't fade out. Like...
Yeah.
It was just doing its thing and then just stopped.
Huh.
I was like, okay.
That's weird.
And even people were coming out of their houses. They're like, do you hear that? I was like, yeah. I don't know what it is, but yeah. And it wasn't really loud. It was,
just kind of there.
like you can notice it.
Huh.
I don't know, it was just weird because out there it's like really quiet, so it was easier to hear. But if I was in town, I probably wouldn't have heard it.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was weird.
That'd be interesting to hear, I think.
It's kind of like it's kind of ominous when you hear it.
I bet.
So because you're just like, what is that? Because you hear stuff and you can usually figure out what it is.
Huh.
But that was just different.
That's crazy. One theory I did read was, one of the theories about it being the Earth is like the ocean waves create a vibration on the Earth and makes it hum. But I don't remember if they said that would explain it near the coast, but not world like inland like here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're in Indiana.
But I guess if the whole ocean is moving like that, creating a vibration through the whole Earth. I mean, the oceans take up most of it.
Well, we are close to the Great Lakes.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're pretty big too.
But water makes up, 80 or whatever % of the Earth or more, something like that. Like a lot of most of the planet. I don't remember the exact number.
There's more water than there is land.
Yeah. So I guess it could make sense if all that water is always moving, that it creates a hum. I don't know how it could create such a consistent tone.
Right.
Seeing how it's not all moving in the same direction.
Yeah, it's constantly...
different parts of the Earth, the water would be moving differently, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're going to get into things that I don't know about. I don't want to... We don't need to do that again.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. It's when I saw that it was here local, I was like, wow, I did not know that. I never heard of anything about it.
Yeah, if you ever hear it, you're going to know.
Well, the other thing about it being the government is there's an old Air Force base out there.
Yeah.
It could have been coming from the base.
Could have been.
Back then, it was active. Not now, it's not. When you heard it, technically, you don't know. I mean, it could be.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's still owned by the government.
Yeah. Sometimes the government does weird shit.
Crazy underground stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
Like, some of the theories they say are, some of it is tinnitus.
Tinnitus?
Yeah. Lana!
Lana!
Wah, 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 wah.
Op. Op.
A little Archer reference there.
Yeah. Can't wait for that show to come back.
Yeah, tinnitus was one thing, but it doesn't make sense because some people say, it doesn't explain it because it doesn't because it can be heard in different geographic locations and not in others.
Right.
Some people say they can only hear it in their house and not outside of their house, which is weird.
Which
like
you'd make it...
like maybe for them it vibrates in
I'd
the
be like,
house.
well, obviously there's something wrong with your house.
Yeah. The other thing is it's spontaneous otoacoustic emissions. The human ear generates their own noises called spontaneous otoacoustic emissions, SOAE for short.
Mm-hmm.
Various studies have shown that 38 to 60% of adults with normal hearing have them, although the majority are unaware of these sounds. I actually do have this. I can hear this. It's where, so the people who do hear these sounds typically hear a faint buzzing or ringing, especially if they're otherwise complete silence.
Yeah.
You hear that when you're like laying in bed?
The ringing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
Yeah, but I used to play live shows all the time.
Well, that would be tinnitus.
Oh, what? Ah.
No, I think that's this otoacoustic thing. Because, like, if you ever just sat in complete silence
Mm-hmm.
and you hear just a really low, quiet ring.
Yeah.
Like, not like after you just listen to loud music ringing.
Yeah, not like deafening.
Yeah, I think that's what this is. I don't know. It could be tinnitus.
Yeah, I mean, I hear a
I
ring.
might have both.
Like, I'm
on.
hearing a ring right now. Like, I always hear a ring. I don't hear it until I'm like, oh, yeah, I do have a ring. And then I can hear it. Like, it's just like a real low.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
See?
Maybe that's tinnitus. Well, I was at those shows with you.
Yeah, that's true. Standing right next to the speaker.
Remember that time I fell asleep at your practice on your fucking half stack?
I'm like, how's he asleep?
Yeah, I took a nap on a half stack. So
Yeah, still have that half stack.
yeah, it's a
comfy
good nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have tinnitus, and this.
And I'm blind.
Well, yeah, you're blind, but I am too. But I have glasses and contacts because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, you're a responsible adult.
One of the other things is they said it could be fish.
Fish, huh?
Fish. They say the West Seattle hum in Seattle, Washington, considered was that it was related to midshipman fish, also known as toadfish. A previous hum in Sausalito, California, also on the west coast of the United States, was determined to be the mating call of the male midshipman. However, that doesn't work when it comes to things of inland nature.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. They have a lot of explanations that don't work.
Yeah, they're not really debunking it at all.
Not really. I think the ocean one maybe could be something. I mean, the Earth probably puts off a frequency.
Yeah.
Everything
it's
moving in space. It's constantly moving.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe then some people could hear it.
Yeah, because sometimes when I'm trying to tune my guitar, because I have the ceiling fan on, it'll pick up the frequency of the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
The tuner.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, and I got to turn it off.
Yeah, everything has a noise. So, I mean, the Earth's so big. How could it not be putting off noise?
Exactly.
It's actually kind of really, now that I think about it, surprising that we don't all hear a deafening noise of the Earth constantly.
Oh my God!
Like that episode of Rick and Morty where the sun comes up and it's screaming at him.
Yeah. Ah!
How long are the days on this planet? 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could kind of get behind the belief that the Earth makes a noise.
See, yeah, that makes more sense than anything.
I don't know what the explanation of why it's making the noise,
right?
But you figure the Earth's crust always moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, aren't we floating on magma?
Yeah. Tectonic plates, man, and all that shit.
All that stuff. So why wouldn't it be making a noise?
Makes sense, really. I mean, it does.
Yeah. They just don't have a actual scientific explanation.
Just like when anything moves, it's going to make a noise.
Right.
Like my phone dragging across the table.
Yeah. It's curious why we don't all hear it.
Right.
But,
I mean, you're born on the planet, so when you become used to things.
I wonder if animals hear it.
I don't know. Maybe that's why deers are so jumpy.
I wonder if they hear it, but they just know what it is.
Right. They're like, it's just the Earth.
Yeah.
Sup.
Well, because animals like dogs and lots of animals have really good hearing.
Oh yeah,
So if people can hear it, I'm sure animals can hear it.
right. But they're not freaking out. So maybe it's just like one of those things you're
They,
accustomed to, I guess,
yeah,
because you just hear it your whole life.
right.
You're born into it, and it's just.
Yeah. Huh. But like they said, like,
But as you get older, you start to forget things like that, and then you're like, "What the fuck's that noise?"
right. Like that guy in Kokomo, the acoustic engineer, found that low hum. I mean, he
Yeah.
found a noise.
That'd be a cool job,
I
acoustic engineer.
wonder what he actually like does for like what he does every day.
Hmm.
He probably like built like things, soundproof
Yeah.
things, and
That'd be cool.
does things. He's got a doctorate in physics, so
That'd be cool, but I'd kind of be scared of him at the same time.
he'd kill me with sound.
Yeah, but no one would hear you scream.
Ah!
See, it's kind of weird.
Cancel out my screams.
Shh, no one can hear you.
Creepy.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
So, nice little segue. We were talking about Mars earlier
Yeah.
and how maybe we could terraform it.
Right.
This thought popped in my head a few months ago, and I've been kind of like sitting on it, thinking
Okay.
about it.
What you got?
Because they're like, why are we going to Mars? Why are we searching Mars?
Right.
What are we trying to find? Water, obviously.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we think there might have been water there or something.
Right. I mean, it still has a little bit of an ice cap
Yeah.
on the poles.
But we didn't land there.
Right. I mean,
We didn't even send the rover there.
but they are finding things, like they're finding perfectly cut stones and they're finding structures and everything, but they're not like sharing it. You got to search it on the web.
Right.
There was one, they found 3 pillars, perfectly spaced.
Really?
Yeah, perfectly spaced apart, same height, everything.
I hadn't seen this.
Obviously, that's not natural, because how could they be
Right.
the exact same footage apart? But, I mean, they just keep... It's a dead planet, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
And honestly, because people are like, oh, who made us? Did we come from somewhere?
Well, we could have.
And honestly, I think... Because you've heard of the Anunnaki, right?
Yes, I think
And
so.
the whole Sumerian and
Yeah,
Anunnaki
yeah.
thing. Well, there's like... They found like texts and everything from like 450,000 years ago.
Right.
That would be the oldest civilization. And they're saying the Anunnaki they came, in the text, it literally says they came from the sky.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what a lot of all of our religious
Yeah,
texts
everything
say
we
is
came from the sky.
sky.
So it's easy to be like, oh, these people they must be gods.
Right.
And I think we're leftover life forms from Mars because the planet was dying.
Like we moved from Mars.
Yeah.
Exactly what we're talking about doing from Earth.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we don't know our own history.
I don't know. Yeah. 'Cause
That's what
it's
I
so
don't-
long ago that, shit gets lost.
That's where I kind of confused on.
And they found pyramid structures on Mars, like
But-
the same pyramids here.
Right. The only thing that it doesn't get me is
I mean, the planet
what
died.
happened that we came from Mars and then lost all of our technology, became cavemen,
Right.
and then
Well,
got back to where we're at now, going to planets.
yeah.
That's the only part that I can't.
That's the only part I can't put together.
That's the bugaboo right there.
But I think that there was a life form on Mars, and I think it left or it died out. And the closest thing to their planet at the time was Earth.
Or it was moved by another race.
Or that.
I
just think that there was life there at one point.
Yeah.
Like an intelligent life form.
I think that NASA does too, or they wouldn't.
Oh,
be there.
yeah. Yeah.
I think they know. I mean, it's in the perfect spot.
Exactly. It's in the habitable zone.
It just lost its atmosphere somehow.
Yeah.
So how'd that happen?
We don't know.
Yeah.
So I think either at one point life on this planet started because it came maybe from Mars. They migrated.
I don't know. Maybe. It's hard to get behind we came from another planet when we came from no technology that we know of.
Right. But it's also hard to get behind, oh, we were made from sand.
Well, yeah. I believe more that we evolved from monkeys, but
Right. I mean, there's also like the evolution theory and
Yeah.
all that, but it makes more sense that to me that we were placed here.
yeah, I don't think that we came on our own spaceships.
No.
That or we had a war and beat each other into oblivion, but no, it still wouldn't make any sense.
Well, we've had civil war.
Right, but it didn't take us back to the Stone Age
No.
and then erase everything that we built before that.
Maybe it did though.
Because we have no remnants of any buildings from, like if the world were to, like if civilization as we know it were to end right now and like we were back with zero power and we had to work with hand tools, the skyscrapers in New York would be there. They might fall over at some point, but there's still going to be massive piles of steel and all these buildings that we've built, this civilization that we've built, the rubble of it is going to take forever to deteriorate.
Right.
It's going to take thousands of years to deteriorate.
But what if like you had civilization and then like all of a sudden it was just stripped?
How?
I don't know, but like just like just say like not evolution, society was stripped and everything we knew was just stripped because say like nuclear war, say like it just fucks up the planet so hard that a minimal amount of people survive and they literally have to change the way they live, so their body's going to change.
Yeah.
Everything's going to change.
All right.
And then like you forget shit.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard.
I was just thinking about it one day and I was like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm behind it besides the part where how do you get from here to there and then erase all of that memory from human history. That's where
maybe that was the point.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe they
It could
planned
be.
for that.
It could be. Maybe they destroyed Mars and
Maybe like this is not the kind of lifestyle.
they landed here on spaceships.
Right.
And
they're like, we want to start over. We're not going to live like we used to. Let's erase everything.
Now here we are.
Let's erase everything.
Getting right back to where they were when we destroyed Mars.
Let's erase everything so we forget that so we don't make that mistake again.
But you got to learn from your past.
Yeah, but eventually you're going to be like, let's try it again.
Wouldn't that be crazy if we found something on Mars that said that we came from Mars to here because we destroyed Mars? Humans, a human life form type thing, our ancestors destroyed Mars, came here on spaceships, destroyed those spaceships, started life over living primitively, and then now here we are again where we're getting global warming and all these other things destroying the Earth and looking for another Earth.
But we don't know that
we're looking for another.
We did it before.
Yeah, but we're looking for another planet to go to, and we're looking at Mars and how we could bring it back to life. Well,
wouldn't that be fucked up?
But it's like almost plausible.
Right. Kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't.
Yeah. Like we're going full circle where we've made technology.
Like, you've seen pictures of Mars. It's just a barren wasteland of fucking dirt and dust.
Yeah, but it had water at one point. It looks like. So it has
at one point.
It has riverbeds.
You can't survive without water.
No.
Well, we can't.
No.
But
no.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. That was in my head one day. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, ow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm hoping before the end of our life we discover aliens.
Yeah, so I could be like, yes!
Officially.
And then we all die from them.
That's fine.
Yeah. At least I know. At least I will die knowing.
Take me with you. Oh.
You missed.
I really do hope we discover aliens.
I do too.
They're not going to be world-destroying aliens. They would have destroyed us by now.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't think that's a thing. I mean,
it's kind of
why?
I think there is. There's got to be.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
There's got to be.
We're not even looking. We're barely looking outside of our solar system.
I just saw the Hubble telescope saw what they think was like the first sign. What was it? They found a new way to filter things through the Hubble telescope,
Mm-hmm.
and they found the first sign of light, the oldest source of light in the universe that they've ever seen.
In the universe or in the
or
galaxy?
In the galaxy or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And because they can now see past, they found a way to filter out different things so they can see farther.
Right.
And they've found like the oldest source they've ever found of light.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And they're seeing, they actually see more
because like the Hubble
galaxies now.
telescopes is like, it's picking up everything, like dark matter and all that stuff.
So now they found a new way to filter things out on it.
Yeah, and look how old the Hubble telescope is.
Yeah, it's pretty old. They have a new one out there.
Yeah.
There's I can't remember what it's called.
But they're still like...
They still use it.
Yeah, they're still...
But there's a new one, I think. What was that called? I can't think of what it's called.
Was it the Voyager? Was that one newer than the...
That was the spacecraft, wasn't it? The Voyager spacecraft.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. They've sent so much shit into space.
I can't remember. And I know as soon as we get done doing the show, I'll remember what the name of it is. But...
I'm like, check this out. This rocket's called Toaster 69 420 YOLO swag.
Dude, I want to name a rocket.
Right? I'm going to name that one Red Rocket.
You know how you can go on and name your own star?
Yeah.
We should do one. #420.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you think someone's done it yet?
Probably.
I hope so.
I mean, how could you not? I know one of them at least YOLO.
We got to go on there and name one #420 YOLO swag.
And you look to the right, there's the star #420 YOLO swag. Somebody be like, dope.
Wow.
Yeah, us humans, we like to name things.
So, yeah, that's what I had this week. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
Got our lawn chair philosophy done for the day. Or whatever you want to call this thing that we did.
What was that on SNL? It was like Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy. Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our time to talk about things that we don't understand.
Yeah.
You're probably like, idiots.
Idiots.
Bunch of idiots. Well, come on and teach us. We'd be glad to listen.
Yeah. Hey, we can do phone interviews too.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
You want to come on the phone and talk about some weird shit?
Teach me something.
Yeah. Teach me.
I'm new to this kind of stuff. I love talking about it though. So
yeah, it's what keeps me up at night.
We never claim that we know what we're talking about when we talk about this stuff.
I just want to talk about it.
Right. So, if we're wrong, let us know. aampodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Send me a hate mail and let me know what I said wrong today, and then we'll tell you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And maybe correct it on the next episode.
Hey. I could have just let it go.
You could have. I'm sure I said a lot of wrong things on the last episode. I'm sure I said a lot of wrong things on this episode.
Yeah, it's all right.
There's a big entire chunk that I'm going to be cutting out later on, so and nobody's going to know what it's about. I'm going to tell you.
Only us.
It's about bears, but we're not going to tell you about it.
You've said too much already. You got to cut that part out.
We'll see. So, thanks for listening this week.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.